Good evening, welcome to SVG Television News and Sports for Monday, June 3rd. I'm Jimmy Prince with the details. Disaster preparedness is a poverty reduction measure of the highest kind, so says Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves as he addressed the nation on the commencement of the 2013 Atlantic hurricane season. Prime Minister Gonsalves outlined that in almost all instances across the world, the poorer classes are the ones who are adversely affected by natural disasters.
Because the evidence has shown throughout the world that the people who are most adversely affected by natural disasters are the poorest and most vulnerable in the society. And that is one of the reasons where people cannot help themselves. We have to do our best to help. But even persons who cannot help themselves in the ways in which we would like to see them help themselves, you can help yourself by understanding the issue and taking as much care and precaution as you can possibly take.
A new charity organization which seeks to assist less fortunate children here, the Courageous Kids Foundation, was officially launched here on Thursday. The foundation is a registered charity and is made up of volunteers who are guided by a commitment to inspire, empower, nurture and protect the vulnerable children of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Speaking at the launch, volunteer Bless Atta said she is very pleased to be associated with the group and is ready to help the less fortunate in any way that she can.
You may ask yourself, what can little bless do? But believe me, it's the little effort that counts. I want to help and it hurts my feelings to see that I have so much and some children have so little or none at all. Whatever little I can do, I know it will be appreciated. At the end of the day, my participation is to help make a change in some children's life.
Featured speaker at the launch, ASP Jonathan Nichols, says although the children of this nation are not exposed to the many situations others face in different parts of the world, it does not mean that the adults here should let their guards down and become complacent in looking out for their welfare.
We have to continue to fight to ensure all children, and especially the unfortunate ones, are adequately cared and provided for. Our vision as voices of the children of SVG must ensure that public policies at all levels of government further positive and healthy development of all children. Health. All children must receive affordable, comprehensive, high-quality health care. What about school readiness? We must ensure that all children and their parents receive the services and support to enable them to start school prepared for success. In school, they're looking for school success also. All children must have equal opportunity to attend adequately and equitably financial public school, meeting rigorous academic standards aligned with the needs of the 21st century workforce.
Meanwhile, ASP Nichols is calling for protection of the nation's youths by stakeholders. Speaking at the recent launch of the Courageous Kids Foundation, ASP Nichols said too many children are faced with the effects of violence, physically, mentally, and otherwise.
Our children are faced with violence daily in homes across the nation. Between parents, our children see parents fighting, physical violence. They see violence among siblings. They witness and are victims of all forms of violence, including physical, sexual, psychological, etc. In some countries, children of a specific culture are taught to hate others and to glorify a so-called holy war. Violence, death, and child martyrdom, almost from birth, as an essential part of their culture and destiny.
He added that the voices against violence, especially towards the children, should be heard loud and clear.
As voices of the children of SVG, must ensure that public policies at all levels of government further positive and healthy development of all children. What must we ensure? Equity and diversity. All children must achieve their full potential in a society that closes opportunity gaps and recognizes and values diversity. Efforts must be made, more concerted efforts must be made to address child health, education, justice, and so on.
The St. Joseph's Convent, Kingstown, received a quantity of pans from the Pan Against Crime Committee as part of its expansion program. At the handing over ceremony today, Principal of the school, Calba Balcom, expressed her gratitude to the Pan Against Crime organization for the donation. Balcom added that the new instruments will aid in the school's steel orchestra, the St. Joseph's Convent Pan Stars.
Philosophy is based on holistic education, where we focus on bringing the best out of every student in relation to their gifts and talents. And St. Joseph's Convent is renowned for its outstanding performance in the creative arts. In our school, we are fortunate to possess a wealth of talent among our students in the field of music, especially pan. The new pans will now allow more students to access this extracurricular activity, as well as enable our steel orchestra to be better equipped to take part in the upcoming Junior Pan Fest on June 30th, 2013.
Meanwhile, Dion John, director of the NCCP, told the students that the decision to include the St. Joseph's Convent, Kingstown in the Pan Against Crime program was one which required a little persuasion.
We decided to expand our complement of steel band sites with the aim of increasing the number of communities benefiting from the disbursement of pans under the PAC program. And with the kind and generous assistance of Petra Carib, we were able to acquire an additional 5 pan sites, which have allowed us to extend our distribution program to 3 of our top secondary schools with outstanding music programs.
Other schools expected to benefit from steel pans from the Pan Against Crime program are the St. Vincent Girls High School and the Camden Park Secondary School. Here now is an excerpt of performances by the St. Joseph's Convent Pan Stars at this morning's handing over. This brings the total complement of steel band orchestras under the PSC program to 11 since the initiative started in 2008. Communities of Mesopotamia and South Rivers will receive their pans under this program. CDC now in possession of 2 Nissan Skylines for the winners of Carnival, that should be National Calypso and Soca Monarch competitions this year. We have more stories on the local scene when we come back. Welcome back. The 2 Nissan Skylines donated by Korea Sales Incorporated for prizes in the National Calypso and the Soca Monarch competitions were last Friday, May 31st, officially handed over to the Carnival Development Corporation. Speaking at the handing over ceremony at the Bayview Car Park, Chief Executive Officer of Korea Sales Incorporated, Joel Providence, says his company has a deep-seated commitment to the development of Vincimas and that Korea is quite aware of the immense cost of providing a great carnival and is prepared to assist in any way possible.
The CDC, which used to be the Carnival Development Committee, now the Carnival Development Corporation, is no longer, in essence, a committee of volunteers. Mass bands are no longer necessarily bands of dedicated culture warriors. and the same can be said about panists and calypsonians. Today, it is an industry that contributes much to the economy. Today, it's an industry that demands a great deal of our resources. Last year, around this time, we heard the call by 2 or 3 of the soca artists for an increase in prize money. We understood the merit of their argument. The Chairman Ambrose, responded, and I understood his position quite clearly. I felt then that bear or no bear, that we should step up to the plate. And this is what we have done.
Providence says he hopes the gesture of the donation of the cars will be greatly appreciated by the local calypsonians and the soca artists here.
I wish we could have done this for local icons like the Professor, Mighty Leader, Skakes, Sippy, or Toiler, who departed this earth less than a year ago. I wish we could have done this years ago for the monarch of monarchs, Alston Beckett Cyrus, or Winston Soso, or Scorcher, or a young Cornelius Posa Williams. Perhaps I wouldn't even have minded if we could have done it 2 years ago, when Mr. Francis would have been driving a Skyline from Kingston all the way up to Fancy. This was not to be, of course. If this were 2012, the keys to these Skyline vehicles would have been in the hands of Fire Empress and Skinny Fabulous. In 2013, who will the recipients of these 2 magnificent cars be? Let us hope that they will uphold the traditions of the icons of the past.
And the chairman of the Carnival Development Corporation, Dennis Ambrose, says while it is not the first time a car has been given away in a competition during Vincent Mass here, it is the first time that 2 cars are being given away in the same year.
The CDC is very happy to receive them. The management of Corez has graciously donated these 2 vehicles, which carry a value of over $80,000. And this is a significant contribution in these economic times. This goes along with the usual cash prices, and those have already been increased by 10%. We hope that the artists who will be vying for these prizes will give their absolute best performances and renditions so that we can raise the bar on the quality of songs produced for Vincent Mass. The potential is there, and I'm sure this is why the contributor had the willingness to come forward and make such a substantial donation. We hope that this gesture will go a long way in influencing other corporations to take a similar stand and help us to build on the product of Vincent Mass.
Well, the 2013 Miss SVG has been crowned, and the title went to Shara George, Miss Musty Company, who copped one of the 4 judged categories, Best Evening Wear. First runner-up went to Miss Metro St. General Insurance Company Limited, Anna Laborde, who also took the award for Best Swimwear and Miss Congeniality. Second runner-up went to Miss Lotto, Hannah Hamilton. Miss Agricultural Input Warehouse, Anna Therese Chambers, was adjudged Best Interview. The Best Talent went to Miss Super 6, Shined Haksha, and Haksha also took the Most Photogenic Award. Meanwhile, Miss Lime Shannon Best walked away with the Most Community Spirited Award. The Miss SVG pageant is the first official show of Carnival 2013. Miss Fancy, represented by Ruth Ann Bowens, captured the Miss Osco Oria pageant on Friday night, beating out 3 other contestants to take the crown. Narissa Sandy has more in this report.
Miss Fancy Ruth Ann Bowens was all smiles after being crowned Miss Osco 2013 in the wee hours of Saturday morning at the Oria Government School grounds. Bowens, sponsored by SVGTV, got the judges' nod and crowd support, capturing all of the competing categories, including Best Swimwear, Best Talent, Best Evening Wear, and Best Interview. Here now is an excerpt from the winning talent by Miss Osco 2013, Ruth Ann Bowens.
you. Me not going to sit down here, fail to me where you are, Fuji. Why are you always exploit me? What happened? We not people picnic. When the sexual harassment can the work, all you always want sharp penny. Me know me say no touch me. Why really take me back? Don't just feel me up. What happened? Now right, banana.
Bowens also captured the Miss Photogenic title and was the most popular on social media network Facebook. The second runner-up in the pageant went to Miss Sandy Bay Janella Osmond, sponsored by Cash Money Auto Parts, while Miss Congeniality was captured by Jamelia Nero, Miss Bottomtown, sponsored by Vitamalt. The other contestant in the pageant was Miss Oria Salt Pond, Shelley and Ballantyne. In the Calypso competition, Jimmy Raj Lave of Oria captured the title of Osco Calypso Monarch 2013 with his song Polytrick.
Please don't get me wrong. He's doing some things I don't really understand. Why is it invasion? Was it social destruction? Politics take over this land. It's an evolution, but it is not the solution. Only what you're doing it now.
Last year's monarch, Alvin Quazon Nanton, came in second with Sea Crab Biting Me. The other activities in the Oscar Oria Carnival included a juve on the streets of Oria, which was marred by a few altercations that threatened to end the remaining scheduled weekend activities. However, the T-shirt band Street Jam on Saturday afternoon and the Sunday River Lime at the Oria River went on as planned without any disruptions of violence. 2013 Oscar Carnival was held under the theme Fantasy and Bacchanal, Oscar Oria Style. Narissa Sandy reporting for SVG Television.
In more Carnival news now, the 2013 staging of Soca Swing climaxed last evening as 7 local acts and 2 regional guest artists gave Vincentians a taste of what to expect for Vincy Mass. Dubbed as the Ultimate Storm, sponsored by Hits FM 103.7, Corey's Hazels and Bookament Bay Resort, the show has been hailed as a success by its organizers. We get more in this report.
Pleased with the reviews about the just concluded Soca Swing 2013, patrons are being assured that next year's event will be one to look forward to as it will be bigger and better. Soca Swing 2013, the Ultimate Storm, held on Sunday night at Carnival City Victoria Park, saw performances from the Lime Soca Dance, which included Chanel McKenzie, Luther and Fireman Hooper, former Monarchs, Poser and Bomani, as well as Fire Empress and Skinny Fabulous. One of the show's guest artists, Trinidadian Patrice Roberts, belted out her hit songs and swayed the crowd in what seemed as a warm-up for the last act of the night. It was then the turn of international recording artist RDX. With a repertoire of songs, the duo brought their own Jamaican style to Carnival City Victoria Park, in what seemed as a well-received gesture by patrons. Remarking on the show's success, Assistant Manager of SVG BC, Roger Dalrymple, said they were able to give patrons what they asked for and outlined that the reviews have been primarily positive.
Basically, I think it was a success, as much as could have been expected. There were some problems as would be expected, but overall I think we gave the people what they wanted or what they had expected.
Corey's Hazel Sales and Marketing Manager of Bear Distribution, Ezzy Roberts, thanked patrons for the event's success. He added that they were able to reap the benefits through the satisfaction of their customers.
We can basically say that the storm has passed and we are now on the way to recovery following the storm. It was a big success from the standpoint of the promotion of the brand. It was a big success when we look at the delivery of the band and the artists last night. They delivered
wonderful show to the patrons.
The organizers say they are already thinking about next year's show and how they can make it even better.
I can say, for example, Soca Swing 2014 is something that we'll be looking into quite early to ensure that we put on an event that's even better than we did last night, although that show was such an excellent show. Soca Swing is a hits show, a hits item, and obviously it would be on the agenda for the future. It has been around for about 12-13 years now, and I don't think that we would just drop it off our calendar of events.
For SVGTV News, I am Zulika Lewis.
When we come back, China and Jamaica to forge closer ties, and Trinidad and Tobago to get a new hospital funded by that same country. Stay with us.